what's the solution? Okay, what is the solution? Okay, this isn't the science kind of solution. And it says here, very small. Understand, this is what's going to happen with this standard. Understand solving an equation, and I'll give you a paraphrase for this. Understand solving an equation or inequality. What do you think inequality means? Inequality. Yeah. Not quality. Not quality? That's a good guess, yeah.
Not equal.
Not equal. Beautiful. Not equal. As a process of answering the question, which value from a specified set, if any? Okay, then it goes into stuff that you guys really don't really care about, if any, to make the equation the inequality true. Use a substitution. Ooh, substitution. Substitution. Where have we seen that? Substitution. In your notes? Yep. And also, when did you substitute?
Oh, in the temperature.
Temperature thingy, exactly. And what did you use with the temperature thingy with the substitution? Yeah.
When it says C,
And what is C? Starts with a... Variable, yes. It's variable. You're substituting for variables. Numbers in for variables. Good. To determine whether a given number is a specified set is an equation or unequally true. So to paraphrase that, we are going to be, you'll be able to identify equations or, I'm just going to say solutions. That's going to do it. You're going to be able to identify equations or solutions. What I mean by that is you're going to be able to tell if something actually is an equation or not. Is it equal to something? Is it not equal to something? That'd be an inequality. You guys have seen greater than, less than, or equal to, right? Those are inequalities. Less than means inequality, because if it's less than, it can't be equal. Yes?
Isn't inequality sign also equal sign with a line?
Yep, that means not equal. Very good. Yep, and that'll come up again this year and next year and all that stuff. All that stuff. What is an equation? An equation is a mathematical in symbols where two expressions are the same equivalent.
Which means equivalent or is?
I guess that should be expression. A mathematical expression in symbols where two expressions are the same equivalent. Okay? It's a mathematical formula. What if they're missing something?
Which means that
Those would be the same, which means they're all equivalent. For example, 1 plus 3 is on the left side. That's an expression. We have an operation. We have a constant. Okay? That one doesn't have a variable, but we could easily substitute one in there. And then we have another one, expression 2, which is the answer 4. Okay? Do you agree that 1 plus 3 is one thing, equal to 4? Okay, good. Start to think about this as being two different sides. Like this equal sign here creates a wall. This equal sign here creates a wall. And on each side of the wall, we have to make sure that this side here is going to stay equal to that side there. Okay? It's a highlighter. Each time it gets darker.
Yeah, it looks like a water paint.
It does. Water paint. Equations. Equations can also be used to state the quality of two expressions containing one or more variables. You'll get to multivariable expressions. Let's see, solving for that's 8th grade. But you've seen ones with multiple variables because of combining like terms, like you guys just had the test yesterday. In real numbers, we say, for example, let's see here, how much of this are you guys writing down? Yeah, you guys have this. We say that, for example, x is true, that 2x plus 1 equals 8 minus 1. If x equals 3. So what we do is we substitute we substitute this guy in there. See how we have the x plus 3 here, or x equals 3. So here's our x. We substitute that x in there right there. Okay? It tells us, okay, here's the expression, here's the variable. Let's substitute that in there. So if x equals 3, I'm going to replace that x with a 3. And whenever we have a coefficient next to a variable, we know that we have to, what operation should be there? Multiplication, yes. Multiplication, okay? Because just as a review, remember, to do 2 times x, I could have it written like that. I could have it written like this. I could have it written like this. Okay? But can I do it like this? Yeah. X times x? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's not supposed to be. There. Can I do that? Will it be the same thing? No? Will it be? This is not supposed to be an exponent. That's there. Will that work? Amel? Yeah. It could work, but which is better? Which is more clear in algebra? Quinn? 2x. Yeah, you want to have the coefficient in front of the variable. This is correct because of the commutative property of multiplication. Yes? The commutative property of multiplication, which means it's the same community in any order, that would also work, but this guy is the best way to do it. Okay? There. Thanks. Those aren't bubble letters. This would be bubble letter.
I mean, bubble numbers. Whatever.
That's a bubble letter too. That's a block letter too. Equations. So all we did is just substitute those in there. Beautiful. For example, 30 plus 10 equals 40. This is an equation because both expressions are equivalent. Now keep in mind that we have the word equation. Okay, equation. What is the beginning of that word again? Looks like? Equal. Yes, because if it's equal, then we have an equation. Okay, equal equation. Okay, we can substitute a variable for any numerical values as long as it stays true. You could have x plus 10 equals 40. You could have 30 plus y equals 40. And you could even have 30 plus 10 equals z. So this here is, let's not make that green. So here's first grade version. And then here's sixth grade version. See how just changing it a little bit is different? Wouldn't you be able to add 30 plus 10 in first grade? Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's called inverse operations. Yep, inverse operations. And we might touch on that. We'll touch on that, but next year you'll get it a lot. Okay? You get it a lot. Equations. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Equations. An equation is like a scale that must be kept balanced. Okay? Must be kept balanced. Yes?
Just like tiny little.
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't show up there. So go ahead and draw a scale on your notes page. I don't know why it's like a hangman thing. What's the politically correct thing to do with hangman now? Does anybody know? Like, what do they draw? It's like a windmill or something?
Oh no, it's chocolate on a raft.
Okay, yeah, because I heard that. That is a little brutal. I mean, yeah, that's right. That's where I learned that from. That's all right. You can just do this if you want. And here's the part that's there. 2 triangles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, good. All right, that's all we got. Determining the solution. The solution to an equation makes the statement true. A lot of times when I was checking your guys' work over last week, I would show you how you can prove that something doesn't work, okay? You could prove that when you check your answers at the end, you know how you can work backwards? You ever heard your math teacher say that? Like if you go one direction, you have to go back to see if you can get that same thing. And that's the wonderful thing about algebra is you can check your answers. Or as I always tell my 7th graders, check yourself so you don't wreck yourself. Okay? Or what I say also is check yourself so there's no wreckage. Okay? You can always check your answers. You know if you're correct. Then what happens is if they check their answers, they're not correct and they don't know why, that's when they come and see me in the morning. Okay? So evaluate the expression, determine if it is true. Determine the solution. Now, whenever you see this, x plus 15 equals 25, and then there's 3, 9, 10, and 12, what you are going to do is you are going to substitute those variables in for x. Substitute those numbers for the variable. I misspoke. Thank you. Okay, you're going to substitute those in there. Let's see how this slide goes. So we substituted the first one in there. See how we had the x? This one was a scale. This one was where the number was. We took the first one and go, boop, pop that in there. Okay, and you ask yourself, is 3 plus 15 25? No. Sky?
So you have to use the numbers and see which one makes the statement true?
That's correct. That's exactly what it said on the previous slide. Yep. You need to see which one makes this true. Yeah. So 18 does not equal 25, so it's not a solution. It's not the case. How about 9 plus 15? No, 9 plus 15 is 24. Still not true. Okay, 24 does not equal 25. Do you agree 24 is not 25? Okay, good. Good, that's not true. 10 plus 15 equals 25. 25 equals the solution. So we know that it's 10 is the correct answer. And do we need to do 12? No, because 12 is 2 more anyway. Why did I say it like that? Anyway. And that's that. It's true. And I'm not going to do the Marty voice being recorded. Which of the following is not a solution to this equation? Ooh, now we got a coefficient. Okay, review over what was one of your questions yesterday. What's a coefficient again? DJ, do you remember? How about you, Kobe? Lexi, do you know? No. Rebecca, do you know? No? On the test yesterday? Brooke? Yep, it's the number in front of a variable. It's the number that's connected to a variable through multiplication. Yep, that's a coefficient. Okay? Yeah, let's try this one by yourselves. Go ahead and see how you do on this guy. So remember, you multiply, you substitute in. I do want you to go through it until you find the correct solution, please. Or correct, yeah. Okay, I want to step back to this slide. As I'm walking around and seeing how you guys are doing this, it makes me sad to see that only 8 of you have this written down. Only 8 of you have this written down. Some of you just have the number 10 circled. No. As I've said before, you guys need to follow with the notes and write down what it says. So those of you who didn't, the rest of you, you need to make sure that your notes look like that. Okay? Not just circling the 10. You need to have your notes look like that, because when you're doing your homework, you should have your notes out, and this is what the homework showing your work is going to need to be. Okay? So you should have all those tried out. You should have them all substituted in, all of you. Yeah.
Can I say like the not a solution? Because I start knowing this.
That's good, because you know that you're answering the question, is it a solution or not?
Okay.
My shoes make a lot of noise. There we go. You still working on this one? Okay, so I need this here to look like that. Okay? All right. So moving along. But remember, people, you need to have these. You need to have this there. You need to have this there. You need to have this there. And you don't necessarily need to have that there, because I told you did. And once we found the answer, we know the other one isn't going to work. Okay? Don't just sit here and watch me do it. You have to do this, because I'm not going to be there with you when you're doing this tonight. And this is the point right here where parents start to be like, yeah, I don't remember how to do this necessarily. Okay? And that's fine. Arithmetic, that's before they put letters in there. All right? Parents are cool with that, usually. Okay? Okay. So what do you have? Oh, actually, let's see. Who hasn't? Yeah, Audrey. What? Okay, we got the answer is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and see how this would look before we even show what's going on with that. So I'm going to take the 7 and put it in there. 2 times 7 plus 4 equals 18. So it's 14 plus 4 equals 18. See how I have my equal sign, or my equal symbols right on top of each other when I'm working this down? And I'm lefty and I'm trying to stay out of the way so it curves up. But then I have 18 is equal to 18. Do you agree?
Yes.
Good. Good. Hands are so difficult to draw. There. Yay. Kind of, that's horrible. That's, ugh. Yes?
So once you find the solution, if there's like 3 or 4 more left, you just do.
Now, that's a good question. If you picked the correct solution right away, do I want you to just continue with it? Here's the thing. Smarter, not harder. Because if you can recognize which one that was, because honestly, how many of you recognize which one it was within a couple seconds? Okay? So I would need you to work that out and show me which one it is, and then you know that none of the other ones are going to work because you guys know how to multiply, add, and subtract, okay? So I'm okay with you recognizing it, but I don't just want it to be like this. Yeah, I know it's number 7, and that's how I'm going to leave it. No. Okay? No.
But if you show your work.
Yep, show your work. Show your work. If you don't show your work, 50% off the homework assignment because it'd be so easy to copy. I've had an issue with 7th graders copying last week there was 4 situations where 7th graders got caught cheating. Okay? All right? Come on. I have to touch the board. There we go. Now this one. Which of the following is a solution of the equation? Okay, did you work this one out as well? Did you? Okay. Ms. Potter, what you got?
I got the answer of 11.
You got 11? So let's substitute that in there. So let's try 11. Look, it's already there. So we have 3 times 11 minus 4 equals 29. 33 minus 4 equals 29. 29 equals 29. Good. Yes, ma'am.
If we were doing some homework, would we have to like show the first one, which is on the
No, like I said before, that's a really good question. Like I said before, if you can recognize which one it's going to be and do it in your head pretty quick, I'm okay with that, but you do need to have everything that I have written here. Okay?
So we need to simplify subtraction by hand. So
Well, yeah, I mean, you need to have what I have here. Put it that way. You must have what I have here on this homework. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, you want it to show that it's actually 29 equals 29. Whoops. Okay. Closure. How are equations and expressions alike? How are they alike? Someone answer that question for me? Or what do you think the answer might be? Or response to that might be? Quinn, what do you think? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, what he said was equations are something that you can solve. Expressions are something that you can't solve yet, right? Because with expressions, do we know what the variables are? No, we don't. No, we do not. Equations, we do have a variable that has a value that we can substitute in. Now, I think we kind of answered that question with it, as I get a surprise cough. How are equations and expressions different? Okay, Avery? What's that? Yeah, equations have equal. It equals something. Okay? It equals something. You can solve it. What did you notice about the solution to an equation? What did you notice about the solution to an equation, and what does it mean to you? Okay? Okay, I mean, Valentine's Day coming up, fellas. If you don't know what to get that lady of your life, get her an expression, and then an equation. Okay? Chicks dig expressions, and by chicks I mean baby chickens. Okay? All right. What did you notice about the solution to an equation, and what does it mean to you? Now, what did you notice about it? Who can tell me what's the thing about a solution to an equation? Yeah.
you can notice what if it's a solution or not.
Okay. And how do you know if it's a solution or not? By working it out, and you know that the number 15 is not equal to 312, right? Okay. Yeah, common sense. Common sense, right? Yeah, you did. You've taken at least 6. Okay.